Check 1 2. Hey Ocean, how you doing? I'm just kind of getting set up here, so there we go. What's happening, everyone? Hope it goes well for you. Banksy, how's it going? Thank you, Ocean. I've decided to try and I am projecting your comments up onto the wall, so there they go. I thought you might like that. I mean, I know you can see your own comments, but I thought it might be kind of cool to... comments are actually on my wall, so... Hey, Ali, how are you doing? You're going sober this month, Ocean, nice one. Marytail, how you doing? Owen, George Blythe, how are you doing? Nice to see you. The projector is a new idea, and it's a little bit noisy, but it's, who cares? I don't think you probably won't even notice. It's a little bit of a fan noise there. Hey, Lizzie, how's it going? Happy Friday, everybody. It's 7 minutes past 8 o'clock here in Nova Scotia. So, you remember when I started? You know what's funny, Benj? How's it going? I had to work out when I started, because one of the sort of keys to this for me was to not to count. So, because when you count, you hit 50 days, you hit 100, and you're like, oh, I've hit 100. I can probably have a few. 100's pretty good. Yeah. So not counting actually really helped me quite a lot. I'm not so sure about this red light here. I look kind of ominous, but yeah. Oh, cheers, creaky as well. It's been ages since I did a proper live stream. I don't know what it is, but when you don't do one for a while, you get like super nervous about it again. I don't know why. So just check the focus on that projector. There we go. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Midnight in the UK, and it's Saturday in Australia. Swimming lessons, so it's a wee bit noisy. Gotcha. You have to stop counting after 500. Yeah, that's probably Banksy, my motivation. So it's hard to explain in a nutshell. I'm probably going to spend the next hour talking about that. But oh jeez, I'm sorry about the creaky noise. Gone are McGleggies. So we're not cooking almost 3 years now. It's best. Oh, well done, mate. That's amazing. That sounds like you did a lot more than I did, but still, it's incredible. Well done. Yeah, booze, eh? Booze is, I mean, in a nutshell, if I had to say, yeah, you know what's funny, Ocean? This might sound silly, but in winter here, and I don't know if Ali, I don't know if this happens to you, but in winter here, everything gets so bloody dry. Like, the humidity gets so low, all our furniture creaks. Like, every single chair, the bed everything creaks in winter. And then in summer, it's completely silent because it's so bloody humid. Everything's moisturized. So, yeah. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, so I'm 42 and I've been boozing since, I mean, properly since like 18, but introduced to it at like 3. And yeah, the stairs in winter, exactly. And it's yeah, for a lot of people, I know there's Australians in the chat. I know there's people from the UK in the chat, and Canadians. that alcohol is just ingrained in you since day one, right? Your birth is celebrated by alcohol. Your funeral is going to be having a wake with alcohol. It's just the way it goes, right? Alcohol's just everywhere, and that's fine. It's part of the culture. It's just ingrained in everything. I honestly just got fed up with it. Yeah, break from alcohol during lockdown. I'm really glad I didn't booze through lockdown. I see the queue outside the store, and it's man, it's worse. Like people are struggling even more now. So I'm so lucky I quit right before the pandemic, right? Hey, sweet pea, I'm glad you like the projector. Goner, your mum's trying to get sober. Yeah. Well, I don't want to be here to preach. I'm basically just going, hey, I think I'm at like 500 in like 30 days or something like that. So, I was trying to figure it out, but and here's the thing, right? I might drink again because the attraction of alcohol is still in there. You know what I mean? Like, and giving it up didn't make my life all sunshines and lollipops like right away. So just alcohol so late. My dad would be buying cigarettes at the pub age 13. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sober over 4 years, Carissa. Well done. That is amazing. Big part of the culture here, Ali. Most bars per capita worldwide. See, and that's the thing, like when I think of a bar, I think of a pub, I think of it in a rose-tinted kind of romantic sense where I love pubs and I miss going to pubs. But do you know when you look forward to the weekend, right? If you're a weekend drinker, I was a big weekend drinker. And Friday comes and you're like, that's it, mate, I'm going out to get smashed, it's going to be amazing, I'm going to go see my pals. When you're like 20, it's almost like for every 4 weekends you go out, 2 of them are really good and 2 of them are kind of messy. I think I found the older I got, that ratio went way off. Like, it took me, every 10 times I go out, I might have fun once. The other 9 was just going through the motions and groggy and tired. How do you know you have a problem? I enjoy a beer after a long day with friends, so it's hard to give up. I hear you, Lizzie. That's the thing. There's a stigma that you only give up if you're an alcoholic, and that's all complete bullshit. Like, we're led to believe that it's like normal drinkers are here and then there's alcoholics over here. And hey, Gary, thanks, buddy. And I have come to believe that it's more like we're all the same and there's no line, and so you've got, like, I was a heavy drinker at the weekend. I would have probably 8 or 10 beers on a Friday night and then maybe another 12 on a Saturday, and then I would have none. And I took breaks, Ocean, like you mentioned. I took breaks. I took 2 months off, but always with the intention of going back. I took 2 months off the year before I quit, and a month off here and a month off there. But I found when it started taking up more space in my head, and a guy on a podcast once said, when you don't know how much money you've got in the bank. Like, you don't know. And I'm terrified looking at my bank accounts. I don't know. But you know exactly how many beers are left in the fridge. Maybe then, I don't know if you say you've got a problem, but you're definitely skewed towards something like that. So it's like, Pokey Kid, yeah. It's kind of like, I think I could have had a problem if I kept going. And the living situation I'm in now is I live outside the city, and so when I drank, I only drank at home. I've been a home drinker probably for the last 10 years, but exclusively at home for the last 5 or 6. You know, it is part of the culture. Yeah, it's everywhere though. Ocean's the same in New Zealand and Australia too. Yeah, it's a tricky one because most people drink, and you know, I think about going back to Thailand, right, and sitting on the beach, and I immediately think of alcohol. You know, I can't imagine going back to Thailand, which I will. I can't imagine going back and sitting there with just a glass of water. You know, it's yeah. And the thing is, Lizzie, as well, like you're saying, Yenny, yeah, balancing on the edge, yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, it's drinking culture with stress mums. There's literally a mummy drinking culture, and it self-reinforces itself. With like those T-shirts, you know, like coffee and wine, and you know, the whole wine drinking mummy stereotype. I learned a lot through the books I read about the marketing of it, and I knew we were all being targeted, but the mummy wine drinking culture, you are being bombarded, and not just by it's kind of social engineering on Facebook and stuff like that. And I feel like it's people. A lot of us know it's wrong. You know, deep down we're like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this every weekend. Thank you, Tribal. Yeah, do you like that? It looks cool there. But we take comfort in the fact that everybody else does it, so it's fine. And people have quite rightly said in some of the stuff I've read that if alcohol was invented today, it would be banned tomorrow. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But because it's been around for hundreds of years, it gets a pass. So, yeah. Carissa, yeah. See, I have my own issues with weed as well, but I don't think it doesn't have as an immediately devastating effect as alcohol, for sure. The only bad thing I could say about weed is literally every person I know who's been a heavy weed smoker are incredibly forgetful. That's just anecdotal, that's just me, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Like, I'm not buffering, am I? It's like I have worked with people who, and I'm a really, you know what? I'm not a patient guy, but when I'm at work, I am patient. I'm very diplomatic. But there's people who I've worked with in the past who I literally have the same conversation with them over and over, or they will come to me and say stuff like, "Hey, why didn't you do this thing?" And I'm like, "Dude, we discussed this yesterday." "No, we didn't." I'm like, "Mate, we literally sat here for 20 minutes and talked about this." And then I give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, "All right, let's just go over it again." And then I'm sitting there going, "You smoke loads of weed, and that's why we're having to have this conversation 4 times." But that's the only thing that I think I would ever have an issue with weed. But yeah, it's like a pattern I've noticed. But alcohol is a whole different game, right? Yeah, I think wanting to be sober and wanting criminalisation of materials is different. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Hey, ASMR Emotion, how are you doing? Ocean, you're all for weed legalisation. Yeah, it's legal here now. So, yeah. A lot of people I know, they smoke weed and spliffs mixed with tobacco. But it's more the nicotine, yeah. Pass through. You know what? I think so too, Lizzie. I actually can't smoke weed. I can't do it. I did it when I was in college, for about 8 months every day, and I had to stop. Like, to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. But ASMR Emotion, I'm going to do the writing name stream. I'm bringing it back. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Hey, Dawn, how's it going? You can't spell? Of course you can spell. Nice to see you. Haven't since you were 17. Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety issues in my early 20s. Not that long after I had a lot of weed. I don't know if it's connected. A lot of people take weed to reduce anxiety, so I don't know. I can only talk about what it's like. If you've got if you're interested, I don't want to preach, but I can only talk about what it's like if you're from a culture that boozes non-stop, especially at the weekends, for 20 odd years. How the hangovers get worse, how the fun diminishes, but you still want to do it. And then you decide to stop, and how I stopped. So if you're interested in books, and I'm talking audiobooks here because I don't really read books, I have two in particular that it literally flicked a switch in my brain. So it was, it was really good for me. So yeah, Gazebo Meister, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you. A lot of people, I'm recognizing a lot of names from back in the day when I used to do a lot more live streams. So ironic that I'm doing this on Friday night when you're all probably pissed, eh? You're like, the fucking Muzz, man. He's like talking about being sober. I've had like five beers. I've had 15 beers. How many beers have I got left in the fridge? I've got 3 beers left in the fridge. Yeah. What program do you stream that there are no lags? I'm using Streamlabs, and I've got it on ultra low latency, but I also increased my broadband recently to 1 gigabyte, so I think that might be, I don't know, that might be helping. So, oh, it's Xava here. Hey Xava, how you doing? I still think you should start your own ASMR channel, Xava. I feel like as a Brit, with pop culture, etc., being so interwoven with life, it's hard for many people, myself included, to definitively draw the line between I like a couple and alcoholism. Yeah, I agree with that. One of the things for me that, and it's probably the reason why I'm doing this stream, and I don't feel guilty, because you know the stigma of being associated with alcoholism, because I'm doing this and they're, Muzz obviously was an alcoholic, do you know what I mean? First of all, I don't believe in the word alcoholic, and you know, we've got this like ASMR community, there's a recovery community, and they talk about this stuff all the time, and they're like, oh man, I wish people would stop using the word alcoholic, because it's really a bad description for it. And oh God, I've lost my train of thought. Smoked too much weed. The other thing was shame and guilt. So with the stigma, we often feel guilty even talking about it, you know? Oh, Sarah, thank you so much. Sarah, you've been super generous to me lately. I don't know why you're so... Wow. And Evoke, oh my God. Thank you so much. That's weird. It's showing up there, but it's not showing up in my... There must be a delay. Another one. Oh my God. Thank you. I've got it on top chat. Let me just... Thank you. Is that the same one coming up, or is Sarah being... like going insane? Thank you so much. For some reason, I'm not seeing the super chat show up here. Thank you. But I'm seeing it on... You just like that gif, don't you? And it's not showing up there. Somebody a minute ago just said that the chat was like at the same speed or whatever, like there was no lag. But I don't see the super chats showing up. Isn't that strange? Oh no, I would have gone through Streamlabs. That's why, is it? Oh, anyway. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Evoke, Sarah and Sarah D. Thank you so much. Yeah, what I was talking about was we feel guilty about drinking. And then I realized I don't have to feel guilty. And I have zero guilt now. Zero guilt about ever drinking. And it was like a weight off my shoulders. And the minute I lost that guilt, I was like, oh, this was never my fault. This was actually never my fault. And when you feel like you're feeling guilty about it, it actually keeps you drinking, you know? Like Lizzie, you're saying becoming a parent definitely decreased my drinking, hangovers too hard. Oh God, I know. Absolute nightmare when you've got kids. Oh God, love the kids, but see when you've got a hangover and kids. And I really noticed that on a Sunday morning, I was grumpy and agitated and annoyed. Every little sound, every little thing. And they're my kids. They aren't doing anything wrong, they're just being kids. I was being an arsehole. Now, I might have only been an arsehole for a couple of hours, but that made me feel guilty. So, another reason to quit. Anyway, maybe one day when my kids are older and I'm an old man sitting on a beach in Thailand, I might just say, fuck it, and I'll get drunk. Maybe I'll get drunk once and go, that's why I quit, and then I won't do it again. I don't know. No idea. So, Mega Snippets, thank you so much. That's really kind. Ashley Donnelly, happy birthday. Ashley, happy birthday. Pepsi Max. I was wondering about the stigmas of alcoholism in the term, but I didn't want to bring it up. I think it's true when you feel guilty on something, it weighs more. And yeah, absolutely. And you when you feel guilty about something, you deny it more. You're like, oh, I'm not alcoholic. I only drink at the weekends. Like that was my excuse for 20 years, and it was true. I only drank at the weekends. And people who have a problem, and Lizzie, I'm not directing this at you. People who have a problem drink every night. You know, they have like 6 beers a night. They're the ones with the real problem. I only have 36 beers on at the weekend, so I'm fine. We're like basically drinking the same amount. I just drink it all at once. So, Michael Barnes, how's it going? I'm still a bit. I need to check and see if there's a glitch, or if I'm gonna go ahead and assume that those were not super chats, right? And I'm not seeing. I don't even see Sarah in the chat. Supers. And they did. There were stickers. There were super stickers. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, everybody calm down. Alright, just calm down. Evoke isn't here. Sarah's not here. These were super chats and stickers that I got before. And for some reason, Streamlabs just made them all come through at once. So I didn't get any donations tonight. And I don't want to get like emotional about that, but just give me. Just compose myself for a wee second there. Look, we'll just carry on, right? We'll just carry on anyway. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Don't go crazy. Here's me. I know what happened. I deleted that stream. I deleted it, and yeah. So I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about other stuff. Gary, you naughty man. Thank you, Gary, you legend. By the way, Gary, I wrote your name on a beach in Nova Scotia, and I sent it to you on Twitter, but I don't know if you ever got it. But thank you so much, because I can't remember what it was, but there was a challenge on a stream, and I was like, I'm going to write your name on a Nova Scotian beach. So I did that, and I've got a photograph of it someplace. I'm going to have to send it to you again. I don't know if you got it. You didn't get it. Okay. I have to find it, because I've got it someplace. And I will look it up. Google Photos is scarily awesome, isn't it? Because you can like just type. I'm just typing in Gary to see what comes up, but I don't know if my photograph would have been that legible. But I'll find it. I'll find it for you. Did I fool you? Did I? That's just the acting, isn't it? That's just. See you, Ocean. Thanks for coming by, and thank you again, Gary. That's just that. That's all those years of acting school, you know. It's all paying off. Yeah, it's not the most exciting photo in the world or anything, Gary, but it's got your name on it. I will hunt it. I will hunt it down. It was at Taylor Head, which is my favourite Nova Scotian beach. I don't want to spend like ages looking for it, but I'm pretty sure it's there somewhere. Thanks, man. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I haven't uploaded for a week. Actually, more like a week and a half, except to a video to my patrons. So I've been getting coaching, artist coaching, because as you may or may not know, Rocky, yeah. Well, unless he's gone and done something naughty, but yeah, Rocky's awesome. Yeah, I think he's in a bit of limbo right now because he's stuck in the UK. I've been getting some artist coaching or coaching on my artistry on my channel from somebody called Isra, who is awesome, and I think I'd like to share her details for anybody. She's able to take on a couple more artists if you're interested. She coaches you over Zoom, and she just delves into like your challenges, your ambitions, stuff like that. So I have been having challenges with my channel for the last couple of years. As you probably know, the name gets censored and things seem to plummet. I don't know if it's really an issue or if it's just me. Anyway, we delved into it, and oh my God, I felt like I had a revelation on it on Sunday, which was basically that I've been on the wrong train track this whole time. We went back to, yes, Project Maz. We went back to the origins of why did I make an ASMR channel in the first place? And we really got into it. She was like, what do you want? And I was like, what do I want? In a nutshell, I basically realized I've been trying to play catch up. I've been trying to compete with other artists. I've been trying to get the numbers up. I've been trying to work hard, but not for the right reasons. And I want to act. So, and that's all I want to do. I want to act, and I want to be able to give whatever I act in, if it's good enough, to an agent, to a casting director, and go, here, I'm a dad of 2 small kids. I'm at home a lot, but I act from my studio at home, and here's what I've been up to for the last 5 years, in addition to the stuff I did before. And that was what I originally, in addition to making ASMR, I love ASMR, but in addition to that, that was kind of my primary goal, and I completely lost sight of it. I completely lost sight of that goal. So, that's so weird. It's like the projector's getting the comments before I just turn around and read the wall. I think, yeah. So yeah, so I'm now going to it means I'm going to be doing less videos overall. I really am, but I think I just need a break anyway. And you know what? My views went down this week, and I didn't care. And it was bothering me every time my views dropped below 2,000 for 48 hours, 1,000 a day. I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, man. I just can't get anywhere with this. And then it's at like 1,900, and that would have triggered me last week. And this week I'm just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's fine, because you guys are here. You like what I do. I've got a really amazing audience, and it doesn't matter, you know, like, and I think because of that, I'm probably going to end up making better stuff. So, and today I've been talking to some other artists on a very exciting collab coming up, one which I want to do because there's going to be some great acting in it. It's going to be a great role. And I'm deliberately saying no to a lot of other stuff, which I would have said yes to before, because I want to get my show reel together. So, anyway. I still don't understand how muzz is a bad word, or if it is one. All that stuff is confusing. It's easy to go with Scottish on it. Yeah. I don't know either, man. I know that on somebody else's channel, the word muzz, actually, Sharon Shares, who I had an interview with recently. Go check her out, Sharon Shares. I've got like an hour-long interview with her. Some people put muzz in her comments. They were also deleted. So that made me realize it's probably not just my channel, it is just the word. And I don't know what the hell the word means. If you look it up on Urban Dictionary, there's a couple of interesting entries there. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube. I don't know. Thank you, Benj. Season 4 of Shetland starring Muzz, but that would mean I'd have to move back to Scotland, Alistair. I can't do it, mate. I can't do it. I'll keep the accent, but I'm no setting foot back in that place. I'm no going back to that shithole. Alright? You couldn't fucking pay me to go back, man. That's a joke. I'm joking. I love Scotland. Or do I? What's your favourite animal? Oh, it would have been dogs, but I don't know. I love my cat, so I would say like a bear or something, but I don't know. I could always see you were so excited to talk about potential acting, and when you talked about some issues last year, since you were stressed about the numbers. Yeah, I think it's because the numbers find their way in here, and it becomes your worth. You know, it just does. It's a measurement. Like, your pay is a measurement of your work, and you know, when you've got a job, and if you keep working harder and harder, but your boss keeps paying you less, you're going to get pissed off, you know. Or you work harder, or you make more sales, but they just keep it the same. You're going to be like, well, you know, and that's the trap I got into, and that's not what it is. That's not what YouTube's about, and I fell into that trap because other people were doing so well. Poor me, you know. Oh, Ali, I'm glad you liked the interview. I wasn't sure how many people watched it. Every time I do a collab, I put it on, because I consider that one a collab, I put it on the collab playlist on my channel so everybody can see it. Oh God, the Pokey Kid, I want to get on Star Trek. They're now in production in Toronto for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and I'm like, mate, I need to be Scotty. I need to be Scotty in that one, right? Maybe I need to shave a beard, I don't know. But, like, I could do it. Maybe I'm too old. I'm probably too old to be Scotty, like young, you know. But I reckon, oh God, what a dream come true that would be. Yeah. I'll be telling whatever acting agent I get about, listen, get me into Star Trek, alright? If you don't waste my time. Alright. Ned too, yeah. Shadow Band, that's what I thought too, Sweet Pea, for a wee while. Am I just being shadow banned? And the only people watching it are like people who've watched me before. They're just not showing it to anybody else. Did I ever see the detective drama Duggan? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it. Must be new, right? Newer, like the last few years. Who'd be a dream performer to act alongside? Oh my god. I know this sounds related to Star Trek, and it is, but Patrick Stewart's my favourite actor, so I would have to say Patrick Stewart. Or, Gary Oldman. Just, I mean, if I was to get a scene, a 20-second scene with a few words in a TV show or something with Patrick Stewart, that'd be me, mate. Oh, it's in the 90s. Okay, no, I haven't seen it, but easily past his 20s. Aye. Have you seen the series David Tennant did with another actor during lockdown? Name of it has escaped me. No, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to look it up. Lizzie, I don't know that one. I'll just say Michael Caine. Oh, Michael Caine. Yeah, I like Michael Caine, yeah. I only told you to blow the bloody doors off. Oddly, you know what the funny thing is? I haven't even seen that film. That's just how good it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? When I shave, I'm 10 years younger. But I feel like I suit the beard, and I've put a wee bit of weight on the last couple of months. So, but, double chin. It's not. You know what? It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad right now. Side on. Oh, get all vain. My name is Michael Caine. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, I like Michael Caine, but to be honest, he's not the sort of actor that I've watched and been like, oh, he is brilliant. He's good, but I've never been. Yeah. Patrick Stewart, on the other hand, he has had scenes in Star Trek, which was a pretty low budget 90s TV show, which I think are better than what people have won Oscars for. That's what I think. Like, there's been moments in that where I'm like, mate, people call this nerdy stuff, but it is just, the acting is just top tier. Thanks, Ali. I have seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels ages ago when it first came out in like 1989 or something. I would have been like 11. So I don't really remember it too much, but yeah. So yeah. How long have I been streaming for? 39 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad. But yeah, if anybody is just getting back slightly to the topic of the stream, if anybody is like, you know what, I would like to try going sober, Chucky's a note if you want. I'll totally recommend some books now. I listen to Audible in the car, and man, that's one way of getting a lot of books in your head without reading, as such. So yeah, Patrick Stewart's awesome. I would feel totally out of my element because I don't know much or anything about Shakespeare. Hey Pepper, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. So yeah, and a lot of you will notice that this has become my ASMR shirt. I don't know what it is. I picked up this shirt for like $10 at the thrift store, the second-hand store, second-hand shop. And I love this shirt. And it's almost become a bit of a joke. I think somebody said, oh, we need to fundraise for Muzz's new shirt. I was like, I love this shirt. So, yeah. I'm wearing it not because, I'm poor as such. I'm wearing it just because I fucking love it. I don't know why I love it. if you started listening to books instead of reading them, I would start to zone out to the noises if it was ASMR. Yeah, I didn't, for some reason. But I think usually if I would listen to them like on the drive to work and the way home. So, yeah. Oh, Bridget Zember, hey, thank you so much. Who do I admire as an actor? Oh God, so many. I love Robert Carlyle, Lizzie, as well. He's awesome. Not just because he's Scottish. Oh, Pepper, thank you. Look, you're on the wall. That's not a green screen. You're actually being projected on my wall. So if you say something rude, it goes on the wall. How cool is that? The only thing is, it doesn't have a very good zoom. So I had to like bring it all the way back to get even that size of an image. So here, this is actually my new studio, by the way. That's the projector, right there. There's the laptop running. Oh, there's something there that you shouldn't have seen, but that's okay. You probably didn't see it. Balls. Somebody just said balls, and now the word balls is going to show up on the screen. That is disgusting. Oh, it already went. That's a big delay, isn't it? But thank you so much, Sarah. That's Pepper. Well, I just noticed it was Pepper Sarah. Right, okay. You've changed your name. Disgusting. That's such a great meme, eh? I feel really conflicted about that one because I watched it and I feel completely awful about those girls. If you don't know the meme, it's the Scottish mum comes in. And I could never talk to my kids like that. But I know that's how a lot of Scottish mums talk to their kids. And so it's hilarious. But it's also, you see their face and I'm like, oh, those poor girls. Those poor girls. But none of my business. Feeling you on the old clothes, my favourite belt broke the other week. I bought it in 1997. Alistair, good. Oh my God, that's amazing. Not sleeping on the job, aye. Practice phrase you taught us in the hearing exam. I think you'll be fine. And Begbie is just, classic, right? Lovely, I am fuming, mega, I'm fuming. Thanks a lot, Rachel. I don't think I know that. Well, he's got the Canadian A. You know what, Hunter? We said, I was going to say said and then say, and it came out as say, A in Scotland all the time anyway. The Canadian one seems a wee bit different. I don't know exactly why, but honest, I'm not kidding. I brought that with me. In fact, maybe you guys copied me. Maybe all of Canada owes me royalties for that. No, I don't think so. But actually, Limmy. Watch anything to do with Limmy. Some of Limmy's characters, and you'll see the word A. In fact, he has a whole sketch about the Ouija board. Look up Limmy Ouija board, and it is fucking hilarious. Oh my God. The whole sketch is every sentence ends with A. Like, I told you not to play with the Ouija board, eh? You're going to summon the demons in that, eh? And it's... excuse me. It's so good. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. But you're not the first person who said that, so... See, Davis, thanks for coming by. But yeah, if I haven't seen anybody else pick up the old writing your name for ASMR concept. Not that I've seen anyway. I know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to copy it, and they're going to just become a star overnight. So I'm going to have to redo it, and make it my thing again. So if you're interested, keep a wee eye out. I'm thinking of getting back into that every Friday night. Yeah. I was just going to mention, Lemmy, there's a bunch of vines of him compiled with the accent. Lemmy, that accent is so good. You want to hear this cunt's accent, man? The thing I love about Lemmy is we're at the same age. I think we grew up in the same. He grew up in Glasgow, I grew up in Edinburgh. Same socio-economic state, and so literally every time he copies or mimics something to do with Scottish life, I've seen it. I've done it. I've been in the same room as it, and it's I love that. It's like I've never felt so relatable, I guess, if you know what I mean, related to a comedian. So every time he comes out with something, I'm like, yep, I've seen that. Yep, I've been in that room. Yep, I've been to that party. Yep, I know a guy who talks just like that. And it seems to be all he does is dredge up characters from his life, and that's why his stuff is so good. I'm fanboying on him. We're not the same age. He's a bit older than me, but roughly. I never heard "a" in popular use until I visited Upper State, Michigan. Interesting. Falconhoof, yeah, is magic. Have you heard of Julie Noakes videos? I haven't. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. I love that. Oh my gosh, it must be awesome. Lemmy has had quite an interesting life too. It's just as great. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. Hey Selkie, how's it going? Thank you so much. But yeah, like he went through drugs and alcohol and all that too. I've never actually done drugs other than a wee bit of weed back in the day. And once, a friend of mine put speed in my coffee. And do you remember the computer game Worms? We were playing that till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, mate, I'm wide awake. What about you? 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I says, mate, I am wide awake. I am like, and he just started laughing. I was like, fuck are you laughing at? And I looked at the bottom of my coffee cup and I could see the white powdery stuff, and I was like, what is that speed? You cheat. And I was really angry because I just didn't do it. I didn't do shit like that. And I forgave him, but I was still annoyed. You remember it? I don't know how I do, because I'm Gen Z. It might still be around for all I know. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, interesting, Lizzie. I've never seen Hamish Macbeth. I'm like out of touch. Like a lot of it. Like there's loads of movies I've not seen. There's loads of classic TV shows that everybody else has seen that I haven't seen. There's loads of comedians that everybody likes that I don't like. I always feel like I'm the odd one. I'm the odd one out, which is why I left. Everybody loves football. I hated football, so I'm getting on a plane. I fucking hate this place. I'm doing, you know what, Selkie? I'm doing really, really good. Good enough that I felt like hitting go live on this stream, which has been a bit of a challenge over the last couple of years, actually, but feeling pretty good. I feel like I had a wee bit of a breakthrough recently, so we'll see how that materializes in the form of things like on my channel. So yeah. Aiden, how's it going? You feel the same way, do you? Hang on, Aiden. When you say football, we're talking about a different sport, aren't we? We're talking about American football here. Gridiron. Is that what we're talking about? In Canada, what do they call it? Shit, there's a name for it. I forget. Football. It's like, come on now. You've got a foot and you've got a ball. Right? You kick it with your foot, and that's why it's called football. It's absolutely the simplest description of a sport. You know what I mean? Like, there's no fancy names involved. So, soccer, nah. football. Now I don't, Aidan, or mate, how can you know like football? I didn't like football, but I will defend the word football, if you know what I mean. So if we're gonna go down and they're like, you call it soccer. Oh, you mean soccer? It's like, no, mate. I mean football. It's a foot. We use our foot to kick a ball. It's called football. And so I said to my Kiwi friends, I was like, listen, mate, you keep calling it the footy when you're talking about rugby. You should call it handball. And they didn't like that. I was like, why are you calling it footy when you usually hold it in your hand? Call it handball, mate. Just call it handball. That way everybody knows what it is, right? So, yeah, it's like the whole world's adopted the word football for a sport that you hardly ever use your foot for. Cheeky bastards, eh? Just usurping words like that. Oh no, not the American accent. Oh my god. Yeah, but you sock the ball. What? Aidan, my mother's family all lives in England, so it's always been 50-50 for either definition. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hey, Sonny, how's it going? Any other, is there any other, oh god, patrons in the stream which I haven't made a mod? Because gotta make you a mod. Nah, you've never heard of it, Selkie, because it was my idea and it didn't gain any traction. But that was my insult, I guess, to them. Like, you should be calling it handball. It's the American way. If we declare something is in some way, then it's how it will be eventually. Yeah, that's true. Oh, hey, Daniel. I know you. I know you're a patron. And I bet you it's not going to let me make you a mod here, but I can make you a mod on my other browser, which is probably going to feed my audio right back at me. So let me turn my speakers down, because I'm an expert streamer. Don't make silly mistakes like that, rookie mistakes. So hide user on this channel or add moderator. It's a tough one. I think we'll make him a moderator. Just for now. Just to see if Daniel behaves himself or not. And hopefully he will prove himself as a worthy moderator with extra powers that I've delegated to him. So there you go. Try living in Victoria with Aussie rules. Oh god, I know, eh? Is it worse in Victoria than it is in New South Wales then? I'm guessing. Yeah. Aussie rules, yeah, with those little tiny little shorts that they wear on the pitch. Looks bloody ridiculous if you ask me. Do you think I could do a convincing ASMR channel, Australian accent? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I love accents though. I need to work on my accents more, because accents are a big skill for acting, right? And I actually went on a course to do the American accent. It wasn't a very long course. Excuse me, it wasn't a very expensive course. But it was, it did teach me a few things though. One thing that stuck with me with the American accent tutor was not to go up at the end of your sentence. Like everything you say is a question. There was an assuredness to the American accent, where at the end of a sentence you go down. Like, my name is Muzz, and I am a professional streamer on YouTube. Like, you just kind of curve it off at the end, like you're going down a hill. And I thought, that's interesting. Like, it doesn't apply to everything, but it was the first thing a lot of people, especially in New Zealand, did was kind of ramp it up. It was like an American accent, but everything was ramped up. And she was like, no. That's a dead giveaway. You're letting everyone know that you're not really an American. And that was kind of how it went. Selkie, are you a professional American? Oh my God. What did I miss there? Oh, you're talking about Oceans, yeah. The Oceans movies, yeah. What's my favourite accent to do? Oh God, probably like a posh English accent. You know Jacob Rees-Mogg? I fucking hate him. I hate him. But his accent is like this caricature. And those types of accents, I'm going to work one of them into a role play at some point. For ages, I've had it on the back burner for a year. Oh, thank you, Aidan. Aidan, you legend. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. I was going to do a Brexit ASMR one. I was going to do a Brexit ASMR. And I decided not to do it because it's political. And then I thought, man, I should have done it. And it was going to be there was a posh English accent. It's hard, a lot of strange sounds, not a great deal of coherent thought going into it as such. But it's going to sound extremely educated. But the entire thing is going to be complete bullshit, So that was kind of going to be the idea. I thought, can I pull that off for like 20 minutes, or is it just? We may yet do it. Is the Kiwi accent actually hard to pull off as a non-native? Yeah, I think it is. I didn't even know the difference between an Australian accent and a New Zealand accent. And even when first 2 or 3 weeks in New Zealand, I was like, oh, I get it now. Like I'm starting to get it now. And then it was like a year later, I was like, okay, I get it now. But even when you do a Kiwi accent, I end up straying into an Aussie accent, and vice versa. But if I can practice the words, like ad hoc, improv is hard. But if I can see it written down and I can say it 2 or 3 times, I can get it right. I think I can do it. I think I could do a Kiwi accent pretty well. But it's difficult for sure. MCG is hallowed ground. I thought that was a cricket ground. I don't know. What's that? Trinians? Oh, okay. St. Trinians. That was exactly Rupert Everett's accent. Oh, right. Okay. Was it? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about, and if I ever do it, this line will be in it. It would be something along the lines of, this guy is recounting his time in Africa. Like it was going to be borderline, like colonial, making fun of himself, but it was going to be kind of like, the first time I heard about the European Union was when I was in Kenya shooting baby elephants, that sort of thing. And or like, I think it was a Tuesday, I just got back from shooting a baby elephant. And I heard on the wireless Britain had gone and joined some bloody thing called the European Union. And then he was then going to come home and find out that the greengrocer had sold up, and now there was like a new guy there, but the new guy had a foreign accent. So for this character, it was going to be, that's what's like, oh dear, there's a bloody speaking double Dutch. I couldn't figure out bloody what he was saying. I was just trying to buy a head of lettuce, and then this was going to explain why Brexit happened, because this guy was like, something like that. That was the concept anyway. I used to struggle. Oh, what's happened to my projector? Oh, my laptop's not really, that's right. Excuse me a wee second, everybody. Oh, call yourself a professional streamer, and they didn't even turn off the screensaver, the timeout, whatever. Newbie mistakes. Right, where are we here? I used to struggle between South African and English accents. Really, Gary? That's interesting, because see, I think of them as very different. But I guess it's your perspective. Your aunt and side of the family in Australian, okay. You're French and trying to learn the Scottish accent. That would be a struggle, I would imagine. Yeah. Hey, Khadija Mohammed, how are you? What's the difference between Glasgow and Edinburgh accent? Oh, that's easy. So, well, there are different words, but if it was just the accent, and there's a wee joke I'll tell to illustrate the differences in the accent. Now, you know my accent. This is my accent. It's changed a wee bit, but my accent is an Edinburgh accent. So there's your frame of reference, right? Hey, Cal. So I don't really need to say more things. You already know what I sound like, and I am from Edinburgh. A Glaswegian once came up to me and said, "Here, how come yous all sing your words?" And I feel like that accentception was the perfect illustration for how Glaswegians sound. He asked me why we sing our words whilst he was literally singing at me. "Here, how come yous all sing your words?" And it was like up and doing like a freaking yo-yo, like, do you know what I mean? So that would be the difference, I would say. So if I was to say, I'm going to the shops, they'd say, "I'm going to the shops." "I'm going to the shops to get some milk. Do you want anything? Do you want some bread?" Because I go up and doing like a yo-yo all day long like this. Because I'm from Glasgow and that's how we speak. I might be being a wee bit unfair, but basically that's what they sound like. They sound ridiculous, a lot of them, and that's all you need to know. Almost as ridiculous as Pfeiffer's, but yeah, they sound. And I can say that because I don't have to fear any repercussions, because I don't live there. I can say whatever I want. I'm dangerous man. Overseas, I can talk shit about anybody from Scotland, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've had too much sugar today. Do sing their words. Yeah, I swear to God, Khadija, it was, "Here, how come you all sing your words?" And I actually had a similar one in Australia. Lizzie, you'd love this. I got off the plane with my missus and her mum in Brisbane, right? And we got kind of roped into one of the limos. And I was like, I'd rather just get a taxi. Come on, mate, get in it. It's riding style, I'll take you down. I was like, all right, calm down, you know. And to be honest, it wasn't that much more expensive anyway, so I was like, yeah, let's just do it. And we get in, and he's, "So where are you from?" You know, I was like, "Oh, from Scotland, mate. Oh, my missus is from Canada, but you know." And he said to me, he goes, "Yeah, how come you all talk funny?" That sounded a bit more like a Londoner, actually. Yeah, how come you all talk funny? I can't do it, I've messed up. But you get the idea, and he did the same thing. I felt, I was sitting there going, he's having a laugh, but I don't know, he might be being serious. And I did actually say to him, I was like, "Well, be honest with me, you sound a wee bit funny to me." I think I was cheekier and more assertive back then, because I wouldn't say that to anybody now. I'd be too scared. Oh, I don't actually know. It's just my accent, mate. It's just my accent. I'm sorry. Kerr, how's it going? Not seen you for a while. So yeah, fish and chips. I gotta say, fish and chips like 20 times to get my head back into the Australian point of view. The Australian. Oh, I'll tell you a good one. I used to work for a telemarketing company at the Rocks in Sydney, right? And one of the questions that we always asked was, what was the language primarily spoken in your household? And I can't tell you the amount of times an Australian, well, they got annoyed at us for phoning them anyway, even though we weren't selling anything. It was telemarketing. It was. I'll leave the stream up, Lizzie. Yeah, take it. Have a good picnic. And I said to this one guy, and he wasn't the only guy, but it was definitely one I remember. I was like, so what's actually the primary language you speak in the house there? Is I'm gonna assume it's English. No, I speak Australian. Yeah, let's see if we can fix that, shall we? Oh, it's back. Isn't that funny? I just touched it. I don't know the difference between top chat and live chat. Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. So see ya, Lizzie. So yeah. Oh wow, I've been streaming for over an hour. Right, those of you who are, I'm just curious. Those of you who are slightly drunk right now. Hey, Westlake Angel, how's it going? Those of you who are slightly drunk or tipsy, let's say, okay, so if you're drunk right now, you're watching this and you're drunk, or you consider yourself drunk, put a D in your comment. Put a D. Just type D. I'm just curious. And if you're a wee bit tipsy, type T. Tipsy as in, just a wee bit drunk. And if you're sober, put an S. Okay. I just want to see. Well, I'm sure some of you might be typing D for a laugh, but tipsy on water. There you go. Oh, we got quite a lot of S's. Wow, we got loads of S's. You're a bunch of liars, aren't you? Are you telling me that? Wow. That is surprising to me. I mean, Alistair, it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning where you are, so I'm not surprised, but fancy that. Don't need to be drunk to enjoy the stream, that's good. Well, of course not, yeah. Westlake Angel, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, God. Drinking some cherry vodka. Oh, it does sound pretty good, doesn't it? Can't afford beer tonight. 9 a.m. where you are. 2:15 in the afternoon. Oh, okay. Well, okay. See, if I was still drinking, it was Saturday, and it was 2:15 in the afternoon, I would have already been on my 4th or 5th beer for sure. Yeah, 4th or 5th. I'd start at 11 o'clock in the morning, and that was only because we always go to the pub at 11 o'clock in the morning for an early pub lunch. We go at 11 because it's always busy at 12. How's that for an excuse to get on it early? And it's a Saturday, right? So, as odd as this sounds, I'm a Scottish man who doesn't drink. Wow. You've never drunk a pint of beer or lager in your puff? That's amazing. And Aidan, your partner, and you don't drink. Wow. Fancy that. That's awesome. And actually, what I've discovered is that there are more and more people now. See, I assume 80% of the population, that's what they say anyway, still drink alcohol regularly. But I think it is changing, you know? It is changing. And sometimes I try alcohol-free beer and I see other people drinking it and it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. So, Gregory, you're funny. Oh, Alistair, you gave up drinking last year. Interesting, yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. So I am not the only one, I'm far from the only one here who doesn't booze anymore. That's very interesting. I see it a lot. Like I was a wee bit, I don't want to say triggered, but I saw it on a Twitter recently. One of my pals, Shortbread, who is awesome, and she put up like a tweet saying, oh, you know, when this is over, I want to meet up and have drinks with all the ASM artists in the UK. And I was like, oh man, I'd love to do that. And I totally would meet up. But I would be in danger of drinking at that. But if I did drink, I am almost 100% certain I would regret it, and I would just stop again. But that's not a good way to think, because you never know. So, your dad likes to substitute beer with club soda. Interesting. Alistair, yeah, chatting about how hard it is to go out in NZ. It's like this anywhere, mate. Honestly, not drink alcohol and not have to drink soft drinks. Yeah. Seems to be a big uptick on low alcohol beverage brands. Yeah, there is, isn't there? There's one I get here called, what's it called? Atlantic Superstore sells it. It's their own thing. It is brilliant. Like, you drink it and you're like, mate, are you sure there's no alcohol in this? This tastes brilliant. Yeah. Don't know, the stream is too. Oh, Jenny, yeah. Well, have a great. You get to sleep. We'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. Those days are behind you, Sonny. I think it does taste good. Some of it, don't get me wrong, Pokey Kid, some of it tastes brutal. Absolutely brutal. But then so does some real beer taste brutal, right? It tastes okay. Some of it tastes okay, but when I go to the pub and I have like a pub lunch and I get a bottle of like Labatt, what is it? Is it just Labatt Light or Labatt Ice? Oh Christ, I can't remember. Anyway, it's 0.5%. There is a wee bit of alcohol in it. But and I drink it. I feel like I'm part of the atmosphere. It tricks you into thinking you're back at the pub. And then when you walk out, you're like, oh, I'm still sober. And then you just carry on with your day. It's weird. But sometimes it seems like a risk to do it, but. Sorry. Oh, there we go. That's better. A lot of comments. Honestly, I do think a much more sizable portion of the younger population had the consequences of drinking hammered into their heads growing up within it. Yeah, I agree with that. That probably will be the case, Aidan, yeah. SJ, you retracted your comment. I was going to answer that. Cal, have you got advice on how to get off drink? Yeah, I do. It's hard to say it in one, but I would say there's 2 books. If anybody's interested, because I probably will end the stream soonish. There are 2 books. If anybody's listening, if you don't want to ask, there are 2 books you should listen to on Audible. Spend the $5 or whatever it is, One is called This Naked Mind, and the other one's called Alcohol Explained. And between those 2 books, I was driving to work like this, listening to it. First day, second day I was like this. Bloody hell, that's true. By the 3rd or 4th day I was like, oh my God, that is absolutely right. And I was walking around going, I already know all this stuff. But I had to listen to this book to get this guy to tell me it, to just shine a torch on it. So, Alcohol Explained and This Naked Mind. Between those two, you'll be on the right track, honestly. And you don't even need to stop. People say, keep drinking. Keep drinking while you listen to it. In fact, This Naked Mind, they're like, don't like quit and then listen to it. Keep drinking. And listen to it while you're drinking. And then it actually, in a way, helps you get the message. And then you can decide for yourself when you finish the book. You're like, huh. Or you're just like, nah, it's not for me, mate. Whatever. Shorty is mad for the drink and would be a bad influence. I've got a feeling she might be. Was it hard to stop? You know what? It wasn't really hard to stop. After I listened to those books, it was hard to stop before, when I took a few months off, a couple of months off. It's hard the first week because you feel shit. You're like, oh man, after your last hangover, you're like, oh man, it's just like, and then, because the thing about alcohol is, you come off your last hangover, you hate it, and then you go back into expectation mode, where you want it, but you can't have it, and that bit's a little tricky. But after 2 weeks, it's actually easy. Only if you change your mind. It's all about changing your mind. It's not about willpower. Hey Callum, how's it going? I just noticed you there. Willpower doesn't work, I'll say that right now. Willpower is a muscle, and if you've got strong willpower, it'll last, and then it won't. Like, it might last 2 months, it might last a year, and then it won't. I have zero willpower, and I quit without willpower. I know that sounds like one of those flyers that you get, but it's true. It's This Naked Mind and Alcohol Explained. Anyway, that's the game. Seconds keen thing, right? I have drank, but it took me a while to get drunk, so I'd be wasting my money, so I just stopped. Wow. Jesus. Yeah, that does sound like a superpower. Oh wow, there's some good comments here. Oh, you're getting a huge snowstorm in Colorado. Oh, I'm jealous. Me and Ali are jealous. Ali is jealous, right, Ali? If you're still here. Because we love snow. Everybody else around here hates it, but I love it. It's like watching people work out while eating a burger makes you want to stop more. Right. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. It's amazing people in absolute lows when they're craving it and doing fine after 2 weeks. Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of stuff that those books will tell you. Here's the thing, right? Alcohol is a depressant. It's a depressant. So how can it make you high? How can it make you buzzed? How can it make you happy? It actually can't, because it's a depressant. And these books explain why that happens. And then you hear it and you're like, oh! And that's, yeah. I feel you. My boyfriend had to go to AA to quit. It was so hard for him. Right. I feel hard. I feel sorry for him. Awesome that he quit, though. I'm assuming he did quit. But also because, and it's terrible, but I hear nothing but bad things about AA in terms of how they get people to quit. And those two books I just mentioned, they don't talk shit about AA, but they definitely don't like it. The method is like literally the opposite. It's almost like shaming you. It's a disease. You've got alcoholism, and you need to think of God and a higher power to get over it, and you'll always be an alcoholic for the rest of your life. And Jesus Christ, I think that would make me drink more, maybe I'm being disingenuous, maybe that's not, but that's what I've been led to believe is the way that they kind of do it. And I think a lot of people have find the AA meetings helpful because they just meet other people with the same problem. But right, but the way I did it. But again, though, I wasn't getting wasted every night. I wasn't physically addicted, so it's different. So I was just a weekend drinker for 20 odd years. So, and I'm Scottish. Never give up alcohol. Don't give up meat. I've got like 2 or 3 days non-stop. Yeah. Getting a bar in your garden, care. Nice. Well, get some alcohol-free beer in that garden, buddy. I'm coming up on 4 years. Having the Sober Time app on my phone helped a lot. I used to have that. Other people talking about it and feeling part of a community. Yeah, I used to have that app, and then I got rid of it, and I felt better without it. So that was just me, because I felt as I was counting, it was like I was staying mentally tethered to my last drink, my last hangover, my last session, and without it, it was like the tether was gone. But that was just me. 15 years. Oh, that's awesome. Catherine, yeah. I'd have a hard time giving up meat. Yeah, me too. But with Beyond Foods, I might be able to do it. Yeah, I agree with that, Pokey. Kid, totally. I'm the same. I never knew. It's the dopamine that makes you kind of get stuck in the relative cycle. It's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Agnostic about it. Trying to catch up with the comments here. It's not right to put the fear of God into people over their issues. They're at least meeting others, like you said. Yeah. Gave up pork first. Funnily, that was the hardest part. The early stages, intense hunger. You feel as your body adjusts to the change. That's interesting. Recently quit added sugar in my body and hated me for it, but after that it gets much better. Oh, okay. I have been brutal on the sugar through the pandemic and since I quit booze. I definitely substituted for a while, not all the time, but chocolate, sugar. It's like the sugar actually, when you quit booze, your sugar cravings go up because you miss the sugar from the booze, so especially beer. I'm Irish and actually have a few heavy drinkers in the family, including my 7-year-old granddad. Yeah, I can believe that. No, I'm the same. I'm not Irish, but I'm the same. Microdose. Realistically, the hardest thing I personally would have giving up would be seafood. Oh wow, yeah. This makes sense. Sober Time helped a ton at first, and then when I didn't need it anymore, I just kind of stopped paying attention to it. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Because I remember now, I actually quit for like 100 days at one point. Then I had a few more, and then I was like, no, I like that. And then I quit, and then I didn't count. And it was like a boat sailing out to sea, but before the rope was always there, because I was always going to go back. And this time it was like snip, and then I just went out to sea and I never went back. That doesn't mean I might not crash into an island one day and have some beers there, but I don't think I will. If you say you definitely won't, it's almost worse because it makes you, because those pathways are still in your brain, right? Everything that attracted you to alcohol in the first place. So, and we're dumb, ignorant beings. I think I am anyway. And I'm probably going to have to learn a lesson. I always learn lessons the hard way. And I don't want to learn it the hard way by freaking dying of liver cirrhosis, but, well, then I won't learn, well, except I did. But, you know what I mean? You need reminders. So, if you ever hear me coming on here going, guys, I got absolutely steaming last night, well, it may happen, but I don't think so. Because Another thing I'll say about being sober, right? And this is to do with the weekly cycle, is the weekends were a high. Friday, and you got high before the first drink touched your lips. Like, I would get high. I mean high as in mood. My mood would go high Friday afternoon because I knew I was going to get some beers after work. So it's psychological. I didn't even drink any beer by that point, but I was already getting excited. So the highs would be Friday, down on a Saturday, high on a Saturday, and then down on the Sunday and the Monday and the Tuesday. I don't have those highs anymore, but I don't have the lows. So it's like that now. So I miss the highs, but I don't miss the lows. So that's kind of what the deal is now, I find. Aidan has been eating mini donuts like every day for the past 3 months. I'm like that with Timbits, mate, recently. They're like $1.50 for 10 of them. Oh my god. So I'll join you in that, in the guilty. I'm trying to grow my hair again, see? Looking a wee bit bald there for a while. This is a pandemic haircut. I've been cutting my own hair since the pandemic started. So. To help with my depression, I took more interesting to my gods and started going on nature walks. I haven't tried walking. I've tried tours. Oh wow, that's awesome, Kerr. Are those two books along the same vein of the Alan Carr Stop smoking books, where you essentially just think of yourself as a non-smoker? I think so, yeah. And I did actually listen to the Alan Carr Stop drinking audiobook, but I didn't like it as much. It was almost like everything I'd already learned it from the other two. So it's similar, but not quite. I think his method is a little different. Oh, excuse me. How do you make the names orange? What do you mean? I actually replaced the fat I didn't get from meat with cake. I'm not giving a meatless. I have to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to just read down. I hate missing comments, but oh, I miss the highs so much too. But you're right about the lows. Those I will never miss. Absolutely. Like, there's nothing worse getting up to go to work on a Monday morning and you just feel like. Actually, that was one of the reasons I quit when I quit, because I went to work and I was at a meeting and I was like, I hate this place. I want to claw at the walls. I hate this place. I hate these people. And there was nothing wrong with my work. My job's fine. And these people are lovely. I was just in such a down mood, you know. Oh yeah, the names go orange when they reply specifically to you. That's right. So, Cal, you know what? I have had a lot of jobs in my life. Dr. Zelda, how's it going? Thank you. God, yeah, I've had a lot of. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm one of those people who has had a lot of jobs, actually. Yeah, I think I have anyway. I mean, I'm sure other people have had more, but I could run through a few of them for you if you want. Popped in. Oh, hey, Shra. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Yeah, my first 2 years of my channel, this is ironic because the last 2 years have been kind of but my first 2 years of my channel, I was pissed all the time. Not pissed, but I was pretty tipsy. Half the videos I made, I was, because I would make them on a Friday night, and I would be kind of, I think I straight up made 2 or 3 videos where I was drunk. But I drank for so long that you probably wouldn't even notice. I was never a bad drunk. It's just, yeah, silly, confident. Got a confidence boost from it. And then the next day, shame, guilt, embarrassment, probably delete the video that I made the night before. So, yeah. Although, oddly enough, Catherine, the beer drinking ASMR ones, I think I wasn't. I was just sampling beers. But, yeah. Muz does come across as a guy who's done a bit of this and a bit of that for work, yeah. I'll tell you some of the jobs I've had. My first job was delivering papers when I was 12. I did that every morning and every night until I left high school at 16. Then I worked retail at John Menzies and Four Boys, for anybody who's my age and from the UK. I then worked as an audiovisual IT person in government, and then I left and I went to Australia, and I made, you know when you look under your sink and you see the pipe, the S pipe and the P pipe? I used to make those in Australia. I worked and then while I was doing that at the same time, I delivered pizzas. And then I worked in New Zealand. Oh, and before that, I worked in an engineering factory, welding and sheet metal and riveting. It was riveting. Gas cutting, stuff like that. Oxyacetylene gas cutting. Oh, thanks, Ra. I appreciate that. That's very kind. What else have I done? Then more IT, audiovisual stuff. I did telemarketing. I did building demolition. Most of these were just for like a couple of months here and there. I'm sure there's more. I feel like there's more. But I've done quite a lot of jobs, yeah. And I've done big events and stuff. When I was in Wellington, I worked on my first ever job was the Lord of the Rings Return of the King world premiere, which I think I showed somebody as one of my last streams. I still have my pass for that, and photographs. I've shared some of the photographs with my patrons on Discord, and that was awesome. And I worked on the King Kong movie set, and I did the first press conference for King Kong. You probably find that on YouTube somewhere. 2005. I did all the microphones for Peter Jackson and Jack Black and all the people in the movie. You know, it was cool. Yeah, did a lot of crazy shit. Yeah, done a few jobs. Oh, and I did fruit picking for one day in Australia, in Victoria, in a little town called Merrigum, and it was a nightmare. Oh, and I washed dishes. I was a dishwasher as well. Did that in Edinburgh. I think I lasted a week. Oh God, I could still smell those dishes. To this day, I can smell those dishes. It was brutal. Yeah, I was never a hitman, astronaut, or cowboy, unfortunately. You're not alone doing tipsy department, SRP, Smurfs get drunk from. Really? Wow. I think when you're younger and you get drunk and you do stuff, it's like you don't care. But I started doing this when I was in my late 30s, so I was already like, oh shit, what if I say something embarrassing? What will people say? Oh my God, my kids will be so embarrassed by me. Why is my dad on YouTube? Whatever. Julia Lopez, thank you so much. 11 out of 10 for the dad joke, you know it, mate. John Hannah impersonator. How do you become so versatile? Just go for it. I just needed the money. And it just, yeah, but when you're backpacking, you get these jobs. A lot of those jobs were when I was backpacking. Well, actually, no, I did the sheet metal work in the engineering, retail, and all that when I was in Scotland, so, yeah. My favourite meme? Jack Black high on E? I don't think so. Jack Black, he was good when I wouldn't have thought so. Favourite meme? Oh God. If I'm into that kind of thing. There's loads of memes that I like, but I'm not really, I'm not really super into, if I think I know what you mean by the meme, I like the, isn't there's, you know I'm a Star Trek fan, right? But the Geordie LaForge meme, let me see, the Geordie LaForge meme. Yeah, where it's kind of like the, oh God, I've totally forgotten the Canadian rapper. Yeah, Da sells Avon meme. Well, see, I love the Da sells Avon joke, but is that a meme? Okay, I'm obviously, yeah, Da sells Avon. See, I wouldn't have thought that was a meme, but unless I suppose if it's an image and you're just showing the image around, maybe I'm not completely Drake. That's it. Yeah, Drake. You know the Drake meme. Well, there's a Geordie LaForge version of that, and I like that. It's actually. Let me just turn that around. That one. Yeah, it's based on the Drake one, but there's all sorts of Easter eggs in this live stream that I don't think you guys are gonna get. But I can't say anything. There's a yeah. I can't do it. Right, where are we at? It's a tune. I was just saying to my boyfriend before, Sean Bean could be an honorary red shirt in Star Trek. You reckon he should be in it and then he'd be immediately killed off? Is that what you're saying? There was one I saw about Aberdeen signing a Turkish player called Yerdar Selzevon. Brilliant. Yerdar Selzevon. I love it. Yeah, because you read that and you're like, yeah, love it. Kia ora, top of the evening to you, etc., etc., and congrats. Cheers, Gentle Rain, thank you. Ali, maybe, top of the evening, yeah, do you like it? It's cool, never liked Star Trek, I like Star Wars. Somebody kick Mickey Boy out, come on, ban him. He likes the fantasy stuff with the wee swords and all that. You know. I'm sure you've seen, well, maybe you've not seen my Star Trek versus Star Wars video. I like Star Wars too. It's just, I just don't take it seriously, that's all. Are you screeched in yet? Newfie thing. Screeched in, I can't say I know what that means. Gentle Rain, I don't think I know what that means. Mickey Boy, stop trying to cause problems. I like anything with Sean Bean in. I don't really know Sean Bean that well. It's another one of those ones that I know he's in everything, but I haven't seen it, you know. I'm the odd, like I said, I'm kind of the odd one out of that. I know you're in Nova Scotia, but I thought maybe you'd had the honour of being screeched in. No, I'm going to have to Google that. I'm working my way through Voyager now. I should catch up Discovery in the next decade. I don't know if you saw my ASMR Raw video on whether or not I felt Discovery was any good, and yeah, it's alright. It's got its moments. Oh, I got you. Sorry. So Sean Bean is that actor who dies and everything, hence why he should be a red shirt. I've got you. Went right over my head. Sorry. He's always dead. Doesn't the main character have big ears? Mickey Boy. I actually had an interesting debate with a friend of mine in New Zealand years ago about the Ferengi. He ridiculed them quite rightly because they're this ridiculous character. But he ridiculed them to such an extent that he was like, if I ever met an alien like that in real life, I'd punch him in the face. And I was like, that's interesting. Like, why would you punch him in the face? Like, so it's completely ridiculous, like the way they look. But somebody rocks up to you with ears the size of dinner plates. And we had this big debate about it at the time, and I was like, so what you're saying is, if somebody looks funny, you don't like them. And I thought, I wonder if that's why they created them in the first place, to sort of weed out those people, you know, because Star Trek's like that, you know, weed out the people who are really kind of bigoted and prejudiced and that, and they stand out like a sore thumb. I'm not saying you are, Mickey, but your comment reminded me of the Ferengi, yeah. Except in running with Deirdre plays in Leave. Gary, totally agree. Totally agree. Fantasy and science fiction, yeah. Absolutely agree with that. Honk if Sean Bean is dead. I adore Next Gen Star Trek, so do I, Gentle Rain. I like you. I was watching it for the quadrillionth time last night. I literally watch it. I might watch a scene almost every day. Like, a week will not go by where I don't watch it. It's like school. It like reminds me and grounds me and stuff like that. So I haven't watched your video about Discovery. I didn't know if there were spoilers. Oh, good point. I don't know if No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did have spoilers. I started watching it. I was thinking it was about Deep Space Nine, which I was going through at the time. Oh, TNG for life, absolutely. I loathed DS9. Dawn, that's your first warning. All right, that's your first warning there. Any more of that? That's I couldn't put up with that. I'm sorry, Dawn. So Deep Space Nine's brilliant. How can you not love DS9? I won't give you any. I won't do any spoilers, Don. Don't worry. I could just start the stream all over again and just talk about Star Trek, honestly, and just be here for like 8 hours. So we could do that. I won't. But I need to make Dawn a mod, even though she doesn't like DS9. I will reluctantly. Dawn, you are the Dawn who is a patron, Dawn, right? People change their names a lot, and they have different names on different platforms. I don't want to be like randomly making people. What do you call it? I don't want like randomly making people mods because it's a case of mistaken identity. You know. Just hide that guy, eh? Talking a load of pish. Where was I? Yeah. Dawn, that's right. Dawn, can you just confirm? It is a Scottish Aussie Dawn, of course it is. I just wanted to be 100% sure. I've made you a mod, even though you don't like Deep Space Nine. And I am going to make it my personal mission to convince you that Deep Space Nine is quite possibly the best one of them all. I don't think it would ever knock TNG off the top, purely because TNG is the kind of the original. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is the original, even though the previous ones. But it's next level, mate. It's next level. It just takes a bit of time to get going, that's all. There's a statement that would like it. Some hate like Star Trek better than Star Wars. Yes. Doctor Who. There's another one, Callum. Honestly, I could count on one hand how many episodes of Doctor Who. Doctor Who? Oh, that's a different show, Doctor Who. I thought you said you stopped drinking, Muzz. Doctor Who. I haven't actually seen it. I don't know what. I just don't think I like it. You can convince me though. That's the point of Star Trek, but I will believe any fans can like anything after seeing the outrage that Rogue One caused in my country when people suddenly noticed stormtroopers and thought they were Nazis. Yeah. Keen incisions. Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, Cole, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh, well, welcome. No spoilers. Right, we're catching up. Rewatch DS9 for me. Yeah, DS9's amazing. That's so good. Picard is bomb. Despite lovely Patrick being gay. He's not gay, is he? He's not gay. He. Okay. I don't know if you're... If you didn't say anything bad about DS9, Don, he would never have checked so thoroughly to see if you should be modded like the others here. Like I said, it was 90s when I watched it. Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people... I see a lot of people, like... A lot of people watched it then when they were younger, and I didn't like the first season of it. I didn't like it. But now, on a rewatch, now that I'm older, the first season's one of my favourites. It's like, I feel completely different about it now, because there was too much talking. I was like, I don't want to see talking, mate. I want to see spaceships. I want to see them go places. And Deep Space Nine, that sucks, man. But Duet, which is one of the first season episodes, I cry at it just about every time now. I fully admit that openly on the stream. I cry at Star Trek, and I'm proud to cry at Star Trek. So there you go. And I never cried at any episode in the first season of TNG, second season, maybe the third season. Is that when the Inner Light, the one with the Inner Light was? I don't know. Inner Light though. Oh my god. There's not enough tissues in the world. If everybody watched the Inner Light at the same time, there would be like a tissue shortage. You'd have to cut down the Amazon 15 times to make it up for it. Just, oh. Doctor Wu is the Chinese state-approved version. Yeah. Haven't finished Picard purely because seeing Patrick so old makes me super sad and fearful of him dying. It's funny, I kind of felt like that too, because he was like my father figure growing up, so yeah. I played a Doctor Who VR game that scared the bejesus out of me, but it's not a scary show, right? I don't think so. Yeah, boy, Alvin left us. I felt so lost. Yeah, I was never that. The Alan Rickman was probably the biggest one. Like for me, it'd be British equivalent Battlestar Galactica. Oh God, no! It's Doctor Who is like. There's no show like Doctor Who, I don't think. Yeah. He's gay, like, well, then why is he married to a woman then? If he's gay. He's married to Sunny Ozell? Is that her name? Sunny Ozell, American singer. Yeah, they're married. So Patrick Stewart's a gay man who's married to a 42-year-old woman. Yeah, I should be putting this up there, shouldn't I? We should be fact-checking everybody by putting it up on there. Welcome to the fact-check stream. Yeah. question for him was, who would you like to collab with, and might you consider collabing with little old me sometime? Put you on the spot. Absolutely. Oh god, well, I want to collab. The people who I want to collab with, I'm actually already collabing with, so I'm pretty happy about that. If the idea is good, and if I've got the time, and I feel like it's a good script or whatever, and there's not lots of props, I really struggle with props and costuming, which you've probably noticed with my videos. If it's green screen and stuff like that, no problem. I would be totally up for it. Yeah, if it's an idea, and if I've got the time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just yeah. Been watching your channel a long time. I had no idea you had a sober streak going. Oh, thanks, John Park. Thank you. Yeah. I haven't really like told everybody. I've sort of mentioned it now and again. I did make the reason why I quit and stuff, and how I quit, is an exclusive video for my patrons. I didn't make it public. I wasn't. It's a bit niche within a niche, you know. So yeah. But I was thinking about making another one, like for the public channel. I just haven't really done it yet. Mostly the Star Trek movies, yeah. Oh, Jay, thank you. Excuse me. I've been watching the reboot since 2005. It's painful to see how it's gotten now. I'm assuming you're talking about Doctor Who there. Jeremiah, collabed with Jeremiah in The Gentleman, and definitely I think we're going to collab again. Tabletop role playing. Okay, that sounds interesting. To be fair, Stuart was gay. Well, honestly, if he was gay, he wouldn't keep it secret. He wouldn't be the first 50-year-old to be married man to such, yeah. And he strikes me as the kind of guy who, well, he and Sir Ian McKellen are like best buds, right? And they go up like kiss each other on the lips, and he doesn't care. You know, he could probably, maybe is gay, and maybe he's bi. That's his business. All I know is that he is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, my absolute top male role model, who through my formative years, and yeah, the bromance, that's it. He was and still is. And when he goes, oh man, I'll be drowning my sorrows with a wee cup of tea. From Yorkshire too, yes. He's a good one. Socialist Yorkshire daddy. Of all those distasteful people in England, Yorkshire's one of the good ones, right? I'd like a data series. I care not for plausibilities. Yeah, oh yeah, just do it. I was saying, like, here's the thing about the new shows, and I'm not spoiling anything. If you love TNG, if you love Voyager, Deep Space Nine, that's a golden age of Star Trek. It's absolutely brilliant. Even Star Trek Enterprise, which I have come to love in my mature years. I find all those years as the golden age, absolute golden age of Star Trek, right? So, Discovery and Picard, it doesn't matter if they're good or not, because in my head they'll never come close to the original. They'll never come close. But that doesn't mean people shouldn't make them and enjoy them. So they do, and I enjoy them. I just don't rate them as highly. That's all. And if those shows get people interested in it, and then they go back and watch TNG, well, then they get to have the same schooling I did in the 90s. And then everybody in the world will be just like me. And then maybe we can like slowly take over the world. Just like the Borg. I mean, maybe. The like a bunch of characters that are playing a tabletop role-playing character like D&D. Okay, I'll stop you there. I don't know what D&D is because I'm an old man. Or Dungeons and Dragons, is that what that is? But I'm sure you could explain it all to me, gentle Rain, and let me know. And I'll if it's something that you want me to be in, then I'll give you a yes or no. And it depends if it's something that Dungeons and Dragons, right? Okay. The only thing I know about Dungeons and Dragons is there was a cartoon called Dungeons and Dragons when I was wee, and I loved it. Yeah. There's Gentle Rain out spreading misinfo. Must have read wrong about Patrick, yeah. Sean Bean is a Yorkie. Oh, that's why he gets killed all the time. Sean Bean, Sheffield's finest, right? Scott Bakula, he's awesome. I feel like 20 years you will be talking about discovering. You know what? Maybe. You know what? I hope so. I don't think so. Because the criticisms I have of those shows are, I can point to the criticisms. I don't just go, oh, I don't like it. You know, I've got a list. You know, I could write a list. I never had a list with Enterprise or Deep Space Nine. I was just like, don't really like it. And then I really love it. So, but maybe I hope so, because I'd love to think that it's awesome, and I just haven't given it a chance. Muzz equals Borg. Yeah. How the Borg are just one of, if not the best bad guy, which have been moderately spoiled in some episodes, but in general, the best bad guys. And one of the reasons for them being the best bad guy, I think, was through Patrick Stewart's performance in Best of Both Worlds, Star Trek Next Generation, where they're saying, you're going to help us assimilate Earth. And he's like, no, we're not. We don't do that. Our culture believes in freedom and self-determination. And they just go, freedom is irrelevant. Self-determination is irrelevant. And he's like, we would rather die. We would rather die. And the Borg go, death is irrelevant. Yep. And it's like, your archaic cultures are authority-driven. You will be assimilated. And it's just like, oh, that is brilliant. Like, even death is irrelevant to these guys. They're just going to keep on coming. Like, at the time, it was the absolute killer cliffhanger in TV history. I was lucky. I didn't have to wait. I had to wait like a week. But when it was first broadcast in the US or North America, I think I had to wait like 6 months. People were like, mate, well, it was great. You didn't have the internet. So it's just, oh man, it was so good. The motivation of the Borg was just the best bad guy motivation. We just want to add you to our group because we're trying to perfect ourselves. We're spreading like a virus. It's nothing personal, you know. We don't really care. We just want your technology, your bodies, and then we're all gonna, and then you're just gonna be Borg now. That's it. And you just cannot reason with that. You know, all you can do is fire phasers and torpedoes and make cool space battles. So, which is why, for those of you who don't like Deep Space Nine, this is why you should watch it, because the coolest ship ever designed to fight the Borg was the USS Defiant in Deep Space Nine. Okay, that's probably, I might have to not, I know a lot of the people who don't like Star Trek will be running for the hills and unsubscribing, but yeah, I'm a wee bit of a walking encyclopedia of Star Trek. I think I am. I should do a Borg vid. Yeah, I should. I played DNF. Okay, its full name, Dunfermline and Fivers. sort of music into? King Bucky Duck. I'm into everything, mate. I could name drop some bands from that. Recently, I've been really into techno. I listen to Eruption Radio UK all the time now. I don't go hunting for music much. I just go put on Eruption Radio UK and I'll listen to whatever techno's playing, and it's like, this is cool. Takes me right back. Sean Bean's got a history of violence against women. Well, that's not good. Didn't know that. Where in, and that's a black flag, are you from? Yes, I know you live in Canada. I'm assuming the flag is supposed to be the Scottish flag. Sorry, it doesn't show up on desktop. I'm from Edinburgh. Edinburgh, capital city. Some might say the only city, because all the other ones are shite. Jesus, I love Discovery, Sunshine, good. Borg still scare me. Me too. Borg way better than the Cylons. Yeah, I agree, but I also like the Cylons in the reboot, the remake. I liked it because they made the robots more religious than the humans. I thought that was a great idea. You know, the robots are going around believing in God when the humans don't. I thought that was brilliant. Borg story near the end of Voyager. Oh, okay, yeah. That was a great ending, though, I thought. But then I feel like my like for it was dampened a bit when I see that the Borg are kind of the Klingon, or at least they seem to be treated that way. I don't know if I agree with that. Able to catch your stream, been subscribed for a while, talk about Star Trek, whatever you want. John Owens, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know, Pokey Kid. I mean, maybe I'm just a super Star Trek geek, but I don't really see them as the same. I'm just wondering what I walked into here, and now I realise it's Star Trek. Violet, hey, I'm only just getting into Star Trek new ones, but loving it so far. See, Violet, you're an example of somebody who's finding Star Trek now, hopefully, I'm assuming through the new ones, and then hopefully you'll like it, love it, and then go back and watch the old ones, which is something that other Star Trek fans who hate on the new ones don't get. They don't get that, and which is ironic for Star Trek fans, because you're supposed to be open-minded. That was the whole point of Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future, that we're open-minded and tolerant, and they're like, I hate anybody who likes new Trek. Like, shut up, mate. Get a bloody rest, eh? Ouija for life, true capital of Alba. Don, come on. You only get away with that because you're a Thatcher refugee like me. Erotic Picard is Borg fanfic. Yeah. Agree about the Cylons, Blockett, yeah. Oh, how good is Trisha Helfer though, and Dean Stockwell, so good. All Along the Watchtower, yeah, I hear you. Oh, I love it. I never used to hate on the old ones, but I found it difficult to understand them that young, yeah. There you go, yeah. It's funny, it's almost like Star Wars came back with The Force Awakens, and then it kind of lost track. Rogue One was brilliant. The rest of them kind of went eh. And then a lot of people rediscovered Star Trek for the first, or discovered Star Trek for the first time, and it was like, this is brilliant. It's like a whole new fandom, you know? I mean, they are different, and you don't have to agree. I just noticed Klingons were the bad guys of the original, and then friendly. Oh, right, sorry, yeah, well, as far as the main villain, yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's right. That's true, because the Borg weren't original. TNG had a few villains, though. Phoenician Sailors here. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. It's great to see you. Yeah. TNG had a few villains, though. They started off the Cardassians. I know everyone's like the Kardashians. So yeah, it was way more fleshed out, way more Just better all round, I would say. So yeah. Truth is, I was just a naive kid thinking it was all original, not self-referential, right? Yeah, so it's funny, I started off this stream, holy god, has it been 2 hours? This is like my longest stream ever. Talking about booze and alcohol. We mistakenly, we proved that Patrick Stewart is not gay, even though it doesn't matter. Edinburgh is the true capital of Scotland. Glasgow, people from Glasgow talk ridiculously. Deep Space Nine is awesome, and anybody who says otherwise is essentially going to be banned from the channel. Then we talked about booze again, and hey, here we are. So that's how these conversations usually go, Ali, that's right. From how you describe the Borg, they seem on the same wavelength as the Daleks. That may well be the case, and actually my only real memory of Doctor Who was when I was younger, was the Daleks, and they were scary, but I was like 4 at the time, so. All right, John Owens, that is the question. There's, hey, Shortbread, how's it going? That is the question. You guys have gotten yourself into a bit of a Star Trek chat, so I don't blame you if those of you who are not into Star Trek just sort of make like a quick exit, but whatever. I won't be offended, honestly. Star Trek The Next Generation is where you start. That's my answer. You start there, you watch DS9, you watch Voyager, then you watch Enterprise, and then after that you decide whether or not you should bother watching the original series, but you should at least watch the original movies. Professional streamer keeps letting the laptop go to sleep. I thought I crossed the T's, dotted the I's, but I know I let you all down, and just want to apologise for that. I'll delete the stream and refund all the donations, because I know it's just yeah, it's got to be TNG. Honestly, it's got to be TNG, John. I think. I mean, I'm biased because that's the first one I watched. I did watch some of the older movies before I watched TNG, so, but I would start. Gene Roddenberry himself said that TNG was his kind of vision matured, personified properly. Because at the time in the 60s, it couldn't do everything he wanted to do. Right? It didn't have the budget. The kind of climate wasn't really up to it too. So, Inverness will secede from Scotland and no one will care. That's probably true. Shortbread, probably. Dundee as well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. He's a spoiled shite, and then I understood. Buckfast. I've never tried it. Never tried it, and I don't think I ever will now. Since this is a sober stream, Dawn, I think Generations is my favourite. I don't believe in the old odd even curse, and a lot of people don't like that movie. If you like Patrick Stewart, you like his arc as Picard, Generations is the best movie for that. It is just brilliant. Best editing, best lighting, best production value. The visual effects are absolutely perfect. Splucket, thank you so much. You're on the wall. Well, these are all on the wall anyway, but you're nice. Big bright orange on the wall. Splucket, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Isotope, thank you. Wow, that's very kind. There it is. Honk if the background is deed. Let me just catch up here for a wee second. I know I can set it. I know, but then I have to minimize it, go into the power settings, and I've also the only reason you're seeing that so big, Aiden, thank you so much. The only reason you're seeing that so big is because I've control plused it, like all the way up. Because if it's actually tiny on the screen, you can't read it. So everything's massive. Everything's massive on the browser. I'm talking at my. I have a mate from Northern Ireland who went to uni with and introduced the Americans to Buckfast. Oh, bad idea. That was a bad idea, wasn't it? You're going to leave this in a super fan. Let's pretend that you are one. Disaster. Callum. Very good Star Trek Next Generation episode called Disaster, if you want to talk about it. Oh, Catherine, thank you. Oh my God, you guys have been so super generous. I'm going to have to get this, like, this size for the next one, right? Get it up. Get it right up. That's a wee Scottish joke for anybody who's... I'm going to take all this money and go straight down to the liquor store and get drunk. I'm just joking. I actually only had Buckfast for the first time at uni, and it's minging. Dundee people don't drink it really. Seems a Glasgow thing. It is. If it's disgusting and nobody else likes it, it's a Glasgow or a Fife thing. And I don't think Dundee qualifies as Fife, does it? So I agree with that. Thanks everybody. Dawn, Catherine, wow. Aidan, you're all so kind. Can we all donate $1 every 10 seconds so we can send notifications? Oh, you like the GIF, right? Yeah, I made that like 2 years ago. I'll keep meaning to update it. And the subscribe GIF, I believe, has a green screen background. I kept trying to remove it. That's interesting. So is everybody in here already subscribed? Is that why I haven't seen the subscribe GIF come up? Because if you're not subscribed, then I don't know what to say. Take the money and invest in Buckfast stock. Buy or sell a packet of Jaffa cakes. I've not had Jaffa cakes in ages. But I lived in Auckland, New Zealand for 8 years, and everybody called me a Jaffa. Everybody in Auckland's called a Jaffa. It's not quite the same thing, though. Excuse me. Is this Limmy's show? No, but I'm a big fan of Limmy, so... but no, it's not. Congrats from Texas, thank you. And I stopped, thanks again for your donation. You've been subscribed since 1845. Good on you. Yeah, you know what? I thought my world's first ASMR video one is probably one of the best things I've done. From maybe from an editing and from a comedy point of view, maybe not from an ASMR point of view. And I was all in it. It was weird. It was a video that it took off, and it got like 10,000 views in a day, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then it just went, phew, and I thought, okay, what happened there? And then I noticed that people watch it, but they don't stay, because it's like the world's first ASMR video, and I think people come and I get loads of comments on it. This is not a real video. This is a filter. This is definitely not the world's first ASMR. I get them all the time. What do you mean it's not the world's first ASMR video? It says it right there in the title. So I write people back, and yeah, there you go. Jaffa Sweeties in Australia. Let me just do something here. Does this red light make me look like the devil or something? What's that? Oh yeah, every ASMR must video in Hebrew. Police are outside the door. There's a police car outside. Christ, what is it? They came by last week. I told them it wasn't me, like the stolen golf clubs, but. Yeah, I think I did get used the first time though when I used that, didn't I? I got some of yous because I think I actually had it like by the window, and but I think this is maybe the third time I've tried that, and I don't know. You can tell me if you were fooled for a second or two. These are awesome, by the way. If you're a YouTuber and you ever want some lights, these are like the best $60 I've spent on. Check it out. You've got different, and the battery lasts ages. So you can get different color temperatures all the way up. Oh, that's not the right one. You go from 10% brightness all the way to 100%, and on the back it'll tell you how much time you've got at that brightness. I've got 43 minutes. And I turn it down and it goes to 6.5 hours. I mean, I'm sure it's just an estimate, but did it get you, Wesley Angel? Good. I'm glad I fooled somebody. Got you. Actually, when I first got these, I put it on the police one, and I put it at the top of the driveway so that when my missus drove home, she thought the police were in our driveway. And there's the lightning one. It just sits off in the corner, and it's I don't think that one's very good, but there's different settings. You can change it, and some of them are a bit more like random thunder and lightning. Yeah, but they're really cool, and the batteries last ages. They're like $60 each, and my whole studio now is actually battery operated, believe it or not. I do have some wired lights, but the cameras run off battery, the lights are battery, and the microphone runs off battery. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me go back to this one's pretty nice. Add a little bit of ambience to it. Right. Hope nobody's epileptic. I know. Space Odyssey vibes, yeah. Fig, Roblox, how's it going? The Weller Man. Okay, I don't know that one. Jeez, I'm so out of touch. Murder. There's been a murder. Yeah, murder is a good word, and one that a lot of people catch on up whenever a Scottish person says it, just because we roll the R's. Murder, yeah. And the other one is world, and girl, and worms as well. So, oh, Ali, I got it off Amazon. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones, and a lot of other YouTubers use one called Aperture or something like that, and they're like $120 each. And because I'm a bit cheaper than that, I got this one. They come with this cute wee tripod. Oops, cute wee tripod, and it just has a standard tripod fitting on it, so you can just chuck it on anything you like. But oh man, see, not having cables, because I'm sure the other artists in the stream will know that. I mean, the amount of times you're like, oh, I need to move this, and then you're fucking cables everywhere, man. You're just picking up. Yeah, I've got 3 of these. I got them for Christmas, actually. My mother-in-law gave me some money for Christmas, and yeah, 3 of these were like $180, I guess, and they're awesome. I don't use them as much as I thought I would, but they're great just to have them there. So yeah. Muzz was about to get arrested for that American accent he did an hour ago. Yeah. More Ouijas in the chat. Honestly, do we need any more Ouijas though? Where's everybody for Edinburgh? I mean, come on. So that's a lot of charging. Oh, you mean the batteries and that? Yeah, well, kind of thing is, I have to do that with the camera anyway. I actually bought more batteries for that for like $20 for like 2 spare batteries and a charger. The batteries in my Tascam mic, which is right there. That's my mic, by the way. Because I only use the Blue Yeti now for streaming. They get changed once every 4 months. Like it's 2 AA's. They just, you know. So there's not actually a lot of charging going on, if that was what you were referring to. Yeah. Sea shanties. Congrats, Big Dad. Thanks so much, man. Catherine, I was just having a wee joke. I don't think you believe me, but I do like to wind people up, but I'm one of these people who I then feel bad for winding them up, so I always end the joke early, you know, like I'm getting better. I'm kind of one of these people who sort of explain the jokes sometimes, and I feel bad about it, so. Cam, you're from Nidri? Seriously? That's interesting. I grew up really close to you. Like, really close. Like next door. Well, not that close, but I don't know Nidri that well, but oddly enough, my dad was born in Nidri. So, and I didn't even know that until a couple of years ago when I requested, he died when I was very young, I requested an extract of his birth certificate. Oh no, his death certificate, sorry. And it had, his occupation, his name, where he was born, where he died. And yeah, it was like this address. I was like, where's that? So I Google mapped it, and the address doesn't exist anymore, but because it was all flattened, and then they built Nidri. So, yeah. You stream on Twitch, but you've got so many wires, yeah. That's right. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Yeah. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. I practiced that for ages. I used to not be able to do it. Sleeping artist, thank you so much. Von Letterman, yeah, I don't want to make it dramatic because it's not, I wouldn't know what to call it, a battle. I just drank at the weekend pretty heavily for like 20 years. I never would have, I would never be comfortable calling myself an alcoholic. I hate that word. But yeah, I had to just give it up. It was getting in the way. And when you got kids, man, those hangovers are brutal. Uncensored kilt video, I'm so tempted, Wayfaring Stranger. It would be going on my OnlyFans account. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. That I probably would be a bit embarrassed about, I would have to say. Dido, how's it going, my man? Good to see you. Hey, you thought they were actually police at first. Yeah, well, I successfully pranked Catherine, that's good. And maybe 1 or 2 other people. So, yeah. Yes, taking some inspiration from Dido there. He's the ultimate Scottish ASMR streamer. So, I mean, it's a cutthroat business, it's a big battle. So I want you all to make sure that next time he's streaming, that you just ignore it and come over to my channel instead. I'm joking. I would never even be streaming when he's Dido. You stream all the time, and I love that GeoGuessr game you play. Haven't tried it yet, but I have to give it a wee go. I thought Muzz was about to get arrested. Are you winding me up now that you believed it? That's brilliant. That makes me happy. I don't want you all like relaxed and then like you get that pang in your chest. Oh Christ! Is that the police? The police are really there. You know. Ali, thank you so much. I was wondering what that button did. What this button did. Oh, well, that's what it does. Thank you. That's very kind. JGW, thanks, bud. Yeah, I think many of you will remember I used to stream a lot, and then I just kind of got out of it, I guess. So yeah, you get you on GeoGuessr, yeah. Toughen up because of all the countryside. I bet it is. You end up in some random street in a village outside Aberdeen. You're like, where the hell's this? Yeah, and you are allowed to Google it. You know, you see a bakery or whatever, and then you Google the name of the bakery, and you're like, oh, well, that's where I am. That is how it works, I believe. So. Oh, God, guys, Catherine, I've had similar, not police at my door necessarily, but I have had police at my door, but yeah, I've lived in some situations where there was a lot of police around. So, greetings from Northern California. Big ups on Sobriety Game Changer. Yes, your Dirty Cop vids are awesome. Thank you, Z. Appreciate it, mate. Z's pile of shite on GeoGuessr. Ah, this must be Kirkcaldy. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Ah, jeez. Well, boys, I got called into work to help close just my lip. Good seeing us. Awesome, thanks, John. Take it easy, mate. And go. Don't work too hard. Back in the day, just before the internet, I think I mail ordered Atari ST software from somewhere in Aberdeen. Oh. Yeah, it's late for you, Dido. Late for a lot of yous. Thanks, bro. And good on you. Me and Dido were in the Scotsman talking about Scottish ASMR. I was too scared to give my real name because I knew that my family would watch it, and I just wasn't ready for the, yeah, what's this ASMR pish all about that you've been doing? Why is there somebody for the Scotsman interviewing you about, do you know what I mean? I just thought, couldn't be arsed with it. So I was like, I'll just keep it quiet for now. But Dido was way more brave. And I love that. I love it when people do that. I always admire that. So, something I'm working on. She's a pile of shite. This must be anywhere outside of Edinburgh. Yeah. Stream more, please. I will. You know what? I will. This has been great. This has made this. I think this has given me a boost to my confidence. This one actually last 2.5 hours. Holy shit. I'm OCD, so I would have to end it like exactly 2:30, but I'm like 6 seconds over now, so we'll have to go for like 2:35 on dot or 3 hours. Oh, you know what? I actually do have to end it because I was supposed to get my son up for a pee about 20 minutes ago. He's probably going to go pee the bed now, but that's okay. I'll just blame it on all of you. Oh God, I love acting. I love improv. So, yeah, crazy landlords. You know what? Some of you know I'm really into IP cameras, wireless security cameras. Just a wee geeky thing of mine, and I got my very first one of those because I had a crappy landlord who I had to keep an eye on. Because he sent contractors around to the house when we weren't there. And I was like, excuse me? Callum, just look up Scottish ASMR on Google and select the news tab and it'll come up. This is the only channel you're a mod on, so please stream more. Cool. Oh, Dido ASMR, who was here just a minute ago. Not Dido the singer. No. Right. I'm gonna have to go, everybody. I've suddenly realised the time is 25 to 11 here. I normally get my son up for a pee at like 10:15, you know. So I think I better ignore my OCD and just switch it off. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and thanks everybody for the donations. That's like amazing, especially for a channel like me, who I'm still kind of wee, you know, and we don't really make much money at this kind of thing. So it's, you get a wee boost like that, and it's like, wow, that's amazing, you know, like it's just a nice wee boost. So thanks everybody, really appreciate it. For those of you who have stayed up extra late to watch, that's brilliant, but it's time for you to go to sleep, okay? Me and your da sells Avon say goodnight. Yeah, I know, a sleeping artist. Even more so because my daughters also, at the weekend, my kids share the same bed. They're like, I want to sleep in, you know, they sleep in each other's bed. So they're in the same bed tonight, so hopefully they won't have to change any sheets, but I'll find out in a few minutes. But anyway, keep a wee eye out for some new videos coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm taking a bit of a break. I explained at the beginning why, but it's great. It's all great. It's not bad. So, yeah. I hope you liked seeing your names on my studio wall, your comments on the wall. Thought that worked out pretty good. I'm going to have a think about what else I can do with that. So, saying hopefully when you know you will have to change some sheets. I don't think I will. Actually, he's probably fine. He's usually fine, but you know, a couple of times a week, you're like, oh shit. But hopefully tonight's not that night. We'll see. Okay, I am going to go. I'm going to get back to writing your name streams. I'm going to get the paper and the pen out. Look out for that. It's going to be a case of just say your name, say please, and I'll write your name. It worked really well for quite a long time. I think I need to get back to it. So, alright, and thanks everybody, especially a big shout out to my patrons who support me. It's you guys are awesome. And catch you on the next one, which I think I'm going to do next Friday, maybe even before. When I do these, I end up doing them in a row, so I'll end up going live tomorrow, then Sunday. Just hit the bell and you won't miss it, hopefully. Catch you later, everybody. Take care and have a good night.